The world is changing faster than ever. Entire industries are being transformed overnight, and the skills that were valuable yesterday may be obsolete tomorrow. In the words of the economist Tyler Cohen, average is over. This paints a pretty bleak or hopeful picture depending on your response to it. Bleak because it means the assumptions we have about being middle class and the education required to live that lifestyle is quickly eroding. To succeed, it's no longer enough to get a basic income and work hard every day. Instead, you need to move to a higher skilled category, where learning is constant. However, if you manage to acquire the ability to learn new skills quickly, you can compete more effectively in this new environment. Personally, my fascination with the science of learning began as the simple desire to study less and skip classes, but over time it has morphed into a full-blown obsession, one that I've tried to implement into every aspect of my life. But no matter how efficient I am at learning, one problem that I could never seem to solve is procrastination. 1 week is all the time I have remaining before my course ends. So with 168 hours on the clock, I'll be trying to pass an entire university course with hopefully a B or higher. Today marks the third day of my experiment, and so far my biggest challenge has been the illusion of understanding. I have the tendency to convince myself that I've understood a topic when I really haven't. As Richard Feynman famously said, the first principle is that you must not fool yourself, and you are the easiest person to fool. To combat this, I've been regularly testing myself on the foundational concepts and working through the online assignments. I'm fortunate to have access to so many high-quality resources whenever I get stuck or struggle with a concept. I cannot overstate the importance of assembling the right resources before beginning any learning project. The most accessible option isn't always the best fit, and evaluating the resources beforehand has saved me countless hours of frustration. Admittedly, I still got stuck quite often and banged my head against the wall in more ways than one. Starting a new subject has always been the most difficult and time-consuming part of the learning process. Even though I set aside 5 hours each day for this project, I found myself moving at a much slower pace than necessary to complete this challenge, simply due to my inability to chunk closely related topics together. I frequently got super easy questions wrong because I recalled the wrong concept, and I've been spending too much time trying to fully grasp each subtopic. So to successfully complete this challenge, I'll have to decide which concepts are worth overlearning and those where a rudimentary understanding is acceptable. For the remainder of the challenge, I spent 7 hours each day finishing up the rest of the assignments and applied to write the midterm and final. Like most aspects in life, all it took was some research, planning, and dedication to finish. Honestly, the only reason why this challenge was as successful as it was is because I had spent such a long time thinking about how to accomplish something like this, but I could never find the need or the courage to follow through with it. It's funny how we make tasks seem impossible in our minds when actually doing the work isn't all that difficult and in some ways can be quite enjoyable. With graduation right around the corner, this felt like the perfect opportunity to test my ability to learn in a less structured environment. I had no idea how things would turn out, but sometimes you just have to trust your judgment and let everything else fall into place. Initially, I began this challenge because I procrastinated on my class and it was the only way I could achieve the results I was looking for. However, after finishing, I've come out with the belief that all humans, regardless of their age, gender, ethnicity, or race, has the same innate ability to learn. Fundamentally speaking, anyone can achieve the same results if the right methods and resources are applied. That said, the current trends in economics, education, and technology will only widen the gap between those who know how to learn and those who don't. However, in this discussion, I've left out a few of the key factors that may have contributed to my success. First of all, I had a clear understanding of the outcome I was looking to achieve and the type of information I was going to learn. This helped me divide my attention between memorizing facts and learning concepts, both of which are essential to understanding a new topic well. Second of all, I created a reasonable timeline and plan that I can execute on. By scheduling in when, how, and where I would study, I was able to work with far more consistency and intensity than if I had just left it up to chance. Finally, I adjusted when necessary. Around midway through the challenge, I shifted my strategy from trying to get 100% on all the assignments to just attempt everything so that I could get a complete overview of the course. If I hadn't had made this switch, I would have failed to finish within the 7 days. Remember, learning is an iterative process that doesn't have to be perfect the first time you attempt it. My next goal is to pursue learning driven by my own curiosities and designing my own tests and roadmaps to measure my competency. But I'll save that for a future video. If you try something similar for yourself, please let me know how it goes. Good luck.